So our boys are fatigued, but they've all leveled up. So, let's see. Sierra's now a chatter. Shinigami is now a regular. Mythion has made it to chatter. Dark Naze to chatter. And Kirk Haslin to chatter. Outstanding. That right up in there cracked this operation. Look, I know you guys are having fun with this crack, but come on. Come on. Alright, so what are we dealing with here? Storming the medieval castle isn't easy. They're built to prevent that. We're looking to gain entrance through the side gate, the one for scouts and mysterious cloaked figures. Eliminate all opposition so we can advance further into the castle. Don't expect an easy fight as the enemy is experienced and fanatical. They'll rather blow themselves up than be captured, so be on the lookout for vests and IEDs and keep enemies away from any detonators. I don't know. Are IEDs a thing in this game? I've never run into them before. I don't know if IEDs are real. Well, okay, they are real. I just don't know if there are IEDs in the game, like mechanically. But again, this is an eliminate all terrorists mission, so we don't have to worry about hostages or civilians or anything like that. We just gotta go in and let them find out after fucking around. Oh my, this really is a castle. I tell you what, chat. I know it's only been an hour and a half, and I hate to do this to you because we're just now starting the second mission, but I have got to go to the restroom desperately. So I hate to do this to you, but I'm gonna have to BRB briefly because I can't wait. I can't wait. So I'm going to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, I promise. Okay, chat. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys could tell from the model, but I was doing the dance. I was as I was sitting there and I had to go to the restroom and I was just like, I was doing the thing with my legs. I was just like, it was almost bad. It was almost bad. But that's okay. We made it. Everything's good. Everything is good, chat. So, yeah, we need to get in here. We need to take some folks out. This is an 8-man operation. The game's already given us 8 people, but for some reason it keeps wanting Booba Strummer to go in. I might just go ahead and send in Booba Strummer. Just for the fun of it. And Flint Uwood with 95 Bezos bucks. Thank you for the Bezos bucks, Flint Uwood. You do not have to do that, but I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. No message to go away or go with those Bezos bucks. Don't worry, Flint. You don't have to go away. I didn't mean it. No message to go with those Bezos bucks, but thank you all the same. Let me see. Okay, so the castle's already in kind of rough shape. Might be a good place for breaching charges. But there's also... like, I don't know if they can access this door. I'm gonna assume that they can't go through it because of the barrels. But they might still be able to open the door and take shots at us. We've got this door that's locked, but we'll still have to cover that because they could potentially pop out of it. Breaching this room feels extremely dangerous because we've got angles here and here if the doors are open. And then, of course, we could just be assholes and we could just put a hole right here in the wall and go straight through it. Alright. So let's get our fatigued people out of here. So we'll bring in Crappy. Vin's got an SMG. I'm actually okay with that. And he's already got some breaching charges as well. Once again, I'm okay with that. Capsty with the bitch and the bolt cutters. Again, I'm okay with that. Crappy with the M14 and lots of extra grenades. Good with that. CVEX, let's get those NVGs off. I wonder if it might not be a bad idea to give CVEX a shotgun, or at least give one person a shotgun. so that as we go in, we can lay some hurt down at close range. C-Vex appears to be excited about the prospect of a shotgun. Alright, let's see. Shotgun aim time is pretty much the same across the board. Saiga versus Spaz 12. Personally, I'm leaning towards the Saiga. But the Spaz 12 is a round reload, so we can reload 1 or 2 rounds at a time if we need to, whereas the Saiga's magazine fed. Wastelands already have one. This is true, but you're also way down here at the bottom of the list. I think we go with a Saiga. Let's go with a Saiga. I'll leave C-Vex with the grenades because we're gonna be fragging clearing.
Here we go.
I see Grendler with the power saw and the SMG again. I think I'm okay with that. SMGs in close quarters are not gonna be a terrible choice. Capsy, let's get the NVGs off of you.
Roger.
And then we got 2 more slots, so it looks like we'll go with Nowheraki. I'm actually okay with Nowheraki taking the AS Val on this one. Give us a little bit of quiet. However, just for funsies, I'm gonna stick the SMG on him as well. SMGs are broke as fuck. Like, SMGs are deadly in close quarters. And Erst says, let me kill. I mean, you're the next up on the list. And I know you do like yourself a shotgun, so which one? You know the 3 that we've got, which one are you wanting? Because I'm pretty sure that's what you want for this mission. If I know Erst wants a shotgun for this mission. Erst wants the Saiga as well. Outstanding. And he's already got some incendiary grenades, got some satchel charges. We don't need flashbangs, but I will take some door charges on Nowheraki. I don't think we're going to need them all that much, but I'll take them regardless, just in case. We got the bolt cutters, we got more satchels, we got more frags. I think that's a good team comp. Is it okay if I get an MP5? King Panzer. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you didn't make it. Unfortunately, you were one of the casualties last stream. Got blown up by a bomb because of my bad decision making. I mean, I'd still feel bad about it. Yeah, I know King Panzer. Look, it was a really shitty moment for me, and I don't think I'm ever gonna live it down. I really don't. 'Cause like, there's it's one of those, like, if I had just stopped and thought for half a second, things would have gone a lot smoother. Erst says, I really wish this game had melee so I could charge him with a riot shield and an axe. I mean, the game does have riot shields, but as I explained previously, I don't use them because in order to make the shield compatible with weapons, you have to create a duplicate version of every weapon that you want to be compatible with the shield. So I would have to make a version of the shield for every handgun, every SMG, every shotgun, like any weapon that I wanted you to be able to use with a shield, I would have to create another version of it to be compatible with the shield. Also level 4 plates. We could go level 4 plates. It might not be a bad idea, at least for the folks that are going in with the shotguns. I want to keep the mobility high on our SMGs, but for the folks that are going in with a shotgun, I am absolutely okay with stacking you guys up with a bunch of armor. Just to make sure, because y'all are going to be the first ones in the door, so it makes sense for y'all to have the best protection. I think that's everybody with a shotgun. At least everybody that's going on this mission.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Use
Go
the
ahead
boss.
and swap out...
On it.
Wait, no, that's right. It's CVEX.
Here we go.
So we'll have our shotgun guys up front. If anybody's going to take hits, better that they take the hits because the armored vests. Lots of gold. Oh, playing some Valhalla. Yeah. That's the game that you get to play after you explode. After you die in glorious combat. Anyway, what do we got? Alright, I think I got an idea, chat. So here,
Back at 'em, lads.
Wait, what? Okay, we got a couple of chalk outlines, and I have no idea why. That's disturbing for several reasons. What we'll do is we'll round this corner, and we'll round this corner. I want to make sure that we're watching the right angles. We definitely want to watch out for vests. The game went out of its way to tell us to watch for vests. So we definitely want to make sure that we do that. And here we go. Take the shot. Thank you. Alright, well, CVEX already got hit, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Oh, dicks. Chat. Remember how they were saying IEDs? We're standing right next to one. Okay, we need to move and we need to do it fast, because I don't know how big the explosion on these IEDs is, but I don't want to find out the hard way.
Use the boss.
Okay. So we got another one right here. If I were to move... Okay, wait. We can defuse. Okay. Outstanding. Outstanding. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna back our people up a little bit. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Okay.
Affirmative.
Start defusing. Start
Use the
defusing.
boss.
Diffusing.
Job's a good un, boss.
Diffused.
Okay. So thankfully those diffuses do not take very long. I'm gonna move CVEX in. And what I'm gonna try to do... Because see, we got explosives over here. IED detonator. I don't know what happens if we destroy the detonator. Like, if we destroy the detonator, does that automatically blow up all of the IEDs that are connected to it? Because that doesn't make any sense. But it's also a video game. Yeah? And I don't know for a fact how exactly that's gonna work. So let's get crappy up here. Can you see that detonator? Okay, you've got eyes on the detonator from this angle. And that's exactly what I want you watching. And Vin with 100 pesos bucks saying obligatory suffer not the badge list. Disagree. Strong disagree, Vin. But even so, thank you for the 100 pesos bucks. Real men defuse IED by blowing them up. I mean, I'm not against the idea, but we've got a lot of structure to clear, and I'd rather save my grenades for killing bad guys rather than blowing up IEDs. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Alright, so Capsty, you go ahead and move up. We'll continue to hold this angle. I want you to do that, just in case they pop that door open. Let's see. We'll go ahead and move our people in here. That's Crappy moving up. And then, once Crappy is in position, I'll go ahead and breach the room and try to disarm this IED. Okay, we're good there. Who's got my door charges? Arsta's got a satchel. Ven has also got a satchel. Nobody's got door charges? Alright, we're going through the wall then. Do this.
Here we go!
Okay. We're gonna get up here and disarm this bomb.
Disarming.
Getting the bombs ready.
Done here.
Okay. So we'll move up Crappy, let him continue to hold that angle. In the meantime, we're gonna move up and get to this door. Walls are optional. Fuck structural integrity. Agreed. However, just hypothetically speaking, better to limit the number of angles that the enemy can shoot us from. Blow up the IED when the baddies are near them. You could do that. The only problem is potentially the timing. Alright, now that we're holding that angle, we'll get... Oh, alright. Yeah. So then I want you watching that angle as we move. Let's get Grindler in here. He's gonna be coming in on the 6 o'clock, and I want you watching that door. Okay, what do we got? Nothing over here? Outstanding. So then, to watch the other side, we'll have Erst kind of move around here, make sure his gun is up. We'll move up then, pull him out just a little bit, have him watching the door as well. And then let's just... Oh!
Tango down!
Oh man. Erst going ham with that shotgun, you love to see it. Alright, let's get a frag in this corner just in case.
Ready the bombs, boys.
No audio cues, so I think we can breach. Let me do this, and then we'll come around the corner. Alright, room is clear. Room is clear. I still don't know what to think about this door. But that's okay. Crappy, you can go ahead and move in. I'm gonna pull you up here, and then I want you holding this angle. And have you holding the long angle with that rifle as soon as we open the door. Actually, I'm gonna want you, like, right here. There we go. Because I want him to be able to see all the way through and potentially give us that long gun. Alright. So we'll get everybody in position over here. Get stacked up on the door. And then we're going to send in our boys. Well, first of all, let's get in here with Ven. Let's get in here with Capsty. And then that'll give Erst a chance to reload.
Here we go.
And we could just go straight through this wall. As a matter of fact, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through that wall, but before we do, I'm going to make sure that we open this door first. Who's got my door charges? Who the hell has got my door charges? Okay, there we go. No Carrion's got the door charges.
Here we go. Getting the bombs ready. Getting the bombs ready.
Alright, we'll pull back from the door, hold this angle. Make sure we got what we need here. Erst is in position, so we'll have him hang back. Oh, we saw somebody for just a second. Yeah, shoot him. Chick. Oh, shit. That's a grenade. Why are you not shooting, Crappy? Chat, why are the guns not working? I don't know if that's the M14 not working or if my man's just... Oh, line of sight. Line of sight. Okay, well. First off, we have an incoming grenade. We need to clear the fuck out. That's the first order of business. Because I have no idea where that's going to land, but we're not going to have time to clear out by the time we figure it out. So, just for funsies, let's respond to their frag with one of our own. And everybody fucking book it.
Here we go.
Everybody fucking book it.
Use the boss. Here we go.
No, I want you to go this way.
Copy.
Use the boss.
In the meantime, Vin, I want you watching this angle, and you're gonna round that corner and get fancy pants tossing the grenade.
Frag out! Tango down!
Okay. Hot potato indeed. Now, Erst, you are in a pretty good position right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and move you up to hold this doorway. Now I see another detonator. We might be able to just blow that up. In the meantime, we need to take back that angle. Because we gave up that angle, and I don't like that, but we need to take it back. So C-Vex, you continue to watch that angle. We'll take the wide stance here. We'll move up Crappy, and then once we've confirmed that the corner's clear, we'll have him hold that long. Okay. You know what? Just because? Have an incendiary, dick face. I mean, why bring the incendiaries if you're not gonna use them? Alright. So it looks like we're good here. I'm gonna move Crappy, like, right here, again, to hold that long angle for us. And we still see the door, but it's not open. That's okay, though. And with that, let's go ahead and move Erst into the room so that we can continue to hold this angle. So far, so good. So Crappy's gonna stay where he's at. We're gonna breach this room. Speaking of breaching. Actually, I'll tell you what. Hold on that.
Ready to
Well,
bombs, boys.
I told you to hold on, and you didn't hold on because for some stupid
Here we
reason.
go.
Get out of the way before you get blown up. Good lord. My man's almost got blown up by friendly fire because he didn't cancel the move order. Why are you trying to get blown up, C-Vex? Alright, and then we'll go ahead and move into the room. I think we're good here, so let's move on our angle. What do we got in here? Anything? I mean, we still don't have to worry about civilians, but like I see sandbags here, and the first thing that I think is they got a heavy machine gun on the sandbag, and they're just like pointing it down the way. Like that's what I see when I see that. Is this is a kill box. So maybe we don't take the bait. Maybe what we do instead. Oh, I guess I was gonna try to close the door, but it's not gonna let me. So I think what we do is we just go through here, and we go through the angle that Erst is currently working. Like, I've slowly got him trying to, like, pie out this doorway. Out, there we go. That did it. Funny thing is, there could still be somebody here, and we would never know it. So, maybe, just for safety's sake, we go ahead and frag that door. And then that way we'll know for sure. Okay, nothing through. Is remove the wall. We could remove the wall, Erst. Unfortunately, I've already used both of your breaching charges, so we're not... You, personally, are not able to go through the wall. But what we'll do is I'm going to bring everybody through here. And we are not, in fact, going to go through the kill box. We're going to go around. And now that Crappy's here, I'm going to bring him right around the corner and just have him look straight up this way. I want him watching this hallway along with Erst. Okay. Some of them are flushing out. That's good. That's good. Erst, you're mostly reloaded already. So I think if anybody was qualified, it's gonna be you. Let's get you around that corner. Okay, let's get in here. And then now that we've got that angle covered with Crappy, I'm gonna keep Capsty here to run interference in case somebody charges this doorway. But I'm gonna pull Vin back. And I'm going to put Capsty where Ven is to kind of hold this angle. Ven, you come over this way with the rest of the squad. Now, who's got my smokes? Does anybody have smokes? I don't think anybody does. It's alright. It's alright. But get everybody into position first. Can you throw the 20-round drum on that Saiga? No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, there is no, like, weapon customization outside of optics. You can customize optics, sometimes barrel attachments like suppressors, and sometimes ammunition, depending on the weapon, but that's it. You can't slap an extended mag on or something like that. Alright. So... move you right up to the corner, just to hold that. Frag this, just in case.
Watch out!
Yep, that's what I was curious about. Alright, so that clears that corner. Now we'll move up first. He's holding that angle. Now we gotta go over the sandbags, though, which I don't like. But we're gonna have to do it eventually. So, Vin, you're first. Okay, we got a lot of movement. Grendler, you're gonna be next. And I'm gonna push you up to those sandbags. We gotta get our people in.
Got one.
Alright. So far, so good. Is that... okay, that's an IED. Chat, listen. I really want to blow up an IED with a grenade. The only problem is IEDs are typically made out of huge explosives like artillery shells. It even looks like it's made out of artillery shells. If it is, in fact, an artillery shell, and I blow that up with a grenade, it could take out this whole section of the building. Like, potentially, if this is like a 120 or something like that, you're talking about an explosive radius, like, in this vicinity. I could absolutely take our people out. Like, I don't think the game's gonna do that to me, but I also don't know. Only one way to find out. I mean, you're not wrong. We're currently holding this detonator and this detonator, but I don't know if there are more detonators on the map. I'm sure there probably are. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll push up a little bit. And I'm gonna get my people out of here. So that we can at least keep a little bit of distance. And I'll go ahead and move myself. God bless it. I want you watching this angle the entire time. And then Ernst, I'm going to pull you back to the sandbags, but I'm still going to have you watching in that direction. And then, let's see what the explosive radius is on this. I apologize in advance if somebody dies as a result of this.
Catch this.
But we have to know. Okay, now we know. Now we know. Apparently, grenades do not set off the IED, for whatever reason. I'd be happy if it would at least disable it, because if a frag grenade didn't at least, like, sever the connections to the explosive device, it should, at the very least, destroy it enough that it's non-functional. That was extremely disappointing. Although, I think I understand why they did it. They did it as a gameplay measure so that you can't just neutralize the threat of the IED by just blowing them up. Alright, first things first, I'm the realist. Didn't hear an audio cue. So what we'll do is move up here. And then we round the corner. And we got nothing. Alright. Outstanding. So I want you watching this back wall, and we're gonna pull up right here. Yep, that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. So we're still holding this angle. I'm pretty sure this door is open because a guy came out of it. We just don't see it as being open. I'm not gonna go this way because of the IED. So I'm just gonna have Ernst, and let's see. I think... Well, I don't want CVEX because I don't want two shotguns on the same door. Damn. Alright, Grindler, you're gonna come down here and help Ernst hold this angle.
Clear.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you. Alright, we'll get Vin up here because he's still got the satchel charges. We'll bring in No Carrion. Hop the sandbags. There we go. And then we'll bring up CVEX as well, so we've still got that shotgun with us. And we're just gonna hold this south until we've got some time to loop up around this end. Again, I still see this as a kill box. We'll get into here, but I'm not gonna do it right away. For right now, we've got all the entrances and exits covered, so they're not gonna get past us. But we just gotta compartmentalize this castle and take it one little section at a time. Uh-oh. Wait, what happened? Oh, Bob. Bob's telling us about his time in an MRAP. Says he survived, 3 others didn't. Well, sorry to hear that, Bob. Unfortunately, that is not an uncommon story. Glad that you're here to tell us about it, though. Glad that you're here to tell their story as well. I know Memorial Day was last week, but I'm still, always take the time. Was in a coma for nearly 8 months. Brain repaired itself by yeeting my long-term memory. Well, that's no good. That's no good. But again, as I always tell people, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so since you're still alive, you are, by definition, a stronger person, having come through the other side. Alright, we are going to take this very, very slowly. Alright, what do we got here? Let's get a frag around the corner, just in case.
Ready to bombs, boys!
No audio cues. So we're just gonna rabbit this. and see what we find. In the meantime, I'm gonna move up the other boys. Nothing, really. I'm genuinely surprised. Okay, so no carrying. I want you watching that door, and then we'll rabbit that just to see what's around the corner. Doesn't look like we got anything. Outstanding. So C-Vex, you're gonna be up next. You got that heavy armor, and I want you holding that angle on the door just to see if there's anybody around the corner. And we do have one. Oh, shit. There we go. Now let's get a frag in that back corner.
Frag 'em to Zog.
No audio cues. So C-Vex is going to breach the room. I want you to real quick check that corner as soon as you come in. Nobody. Outstanding. Alright, we're moving, chat. We're moving now. We're moving now. And that's why you put the shotgun guy in the front. Let me see. We can get a flash in there. No audio cue, so we're just going to go ahead and run that room. And then we'll get Vin in here as well to help hold the angle. Let's get C-Vex up to the door. What do we got? Nothing. You love to see it. So let's just, you know, as always, when in doubt, frag out.
We's gonna blow them up.
Okay, we did get some audio cue, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull no carry in there. We saw the angle. Now we know where they are. Fuck them.
Ready to bombs, boys.
Should have moved when you had the chance. We always bring enough grenades to finish the job, buddy. I could potentially bounce this grenade here.
We's gonna blow them up.
Okay, again, no audio cue, so we're gonna go ahead and breach the room. Looks clear. Docs are surprised that they did work to save the brain. Not worth remembering the past. Have folks to tell me things I can't remember. Good outlook, Bob. Good outlook. Alright, still got nothing on this angle, but we do still have the IED down there, so I'm going to continue to be safe about it. I want this angle. We'll move forward. And then I'm just going to do this number here. Okay, I think we're good, but let's frag it anyway, just to be safe. Okay, we got one. But we're just going to go and pie that angle. There we go, there's one. Get flipped back around, please. And I think that means we're mostly clear. There could be enemies in this room or on this balcony. There might still be a few enemies in this kill box, but we've limited the options that they have to use against us. Correct. We will always be Moomin, chat. Always. Never forget. Never forget. Okay, time to move up. You're still full on magazine. C-Vex, go ahead and reload.
Here we go.
We don't necessarily
No contacts.
need to reload, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just to be safe. Alright, let's see. Gonna move Ven down here. See what we can see. We got nothing. Alright. So far, so good. I'm still a little concerned about this IED because there could potentially be a detonator in this area, or there could be a detonator in this area. So I don't want to get too close to it unless we're gonna make unless we're gonna make the move to get it disarmed.
Hold on to the pin. Throw the other part.
Okay, we definitely had an audio cue. But let's see what we got. Outstanding. So we'll get C-Vex up and over, move him forward, and in the meantime we'll have no carry and hold that angle so that he doesn't get gapped. And now that we're clear up, oh, we can't actually get through here. Yeah, that's a solid object. Alright. Well, that's one less angle we gotta worry about. You know what I could do? Did you disarm the detonator? Can you? They say I don't... Yeah, it doesn't give me any interactable on the detonator. So not only can I not disarm it, I also can't set it off. Because trust me, what I would love to do is once I knew that my people are not next to any IEDs, I would love to just hit that detonator and blow them up and kill any enemies that happen to be standing next to it. But they're not going to let me do that. Because that would be too much fun. Alright, let's pull this pair out. Yeah, they're not going to be able to advance through here either. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to leave C-Vex and Nowheraki holding this angle. And looks like Erst and Grindler are going to be the ones to take this section of the map. Oh yeah, it's still got a light on, so it's definitely armed. Definitely armed. Let's see. Grindler, I want you watching that doorway. Okay, looks good so far. Erst, we're going to get you on that and have you just cross the doorway there to see what we can see. Doesn't look like we got anything. Outstanding. So this is where we're going to have to do some teamwork. Because somebody's going to have to breach this room or at least hold this doorway while somebody else comes in to disarm this IED. So I'm thinking Erst, with his armor and the fact that he's got the Saiga, is going to be the best person to hold the door. And then we'll have Grindler come in behind him and real quick try to disfuse that IED. So what I want is you holding this angle, and you're just basically going to do that. And in the meantime, I'm going to move up Grindler and have him take that IED as soon as possible. So get in there and disarm that shit.
Job's a good one, boss.
Outstanding. Just for funsies, frag the room. No audio cue, so we'll breach this corner. Just gonna double check. Alright, we are clear. Outstanding. Outstanding. No one's here. I know you're disappointed you didn't get to kill anybody, but the mission's not done yet. We still got this kill box to deal with. Don't worry, there's still plenty of death to be had. Who's got my other satchel charges? No. There we go. Alright, well, shit. So you can't really see it, but, like, there's these big box things here, so I don't think we can actually go through the walls here. And we can't go through the walls here. It's like the game is trying to force us into this fucking kill box. I'm still gonna blow up the wall anyway.
Use the boss.
Alright, go ahead and bag it up.
Getting the bombs ready.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They're not gonna let us go through. They're gonna force us into the kill box, and I didn't bring any smoke grenades, which is unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. So, we'll use our last charge here.
Boss.
I'm going to do everything in my power to not go through the doorway that they are very obviously trying to force us to go through. Because they are very clearly trying to force us right in here. And I don't like that. I am not going to do what the game is trying to get me to do.
Getting the bombs ready.
Alright, I want everybody on an angle. Just in case there's somebody in here. Okay, there's nobody behind the sandbags. That's good. I want... Where is Erst? There's Erst. I want my man with the shotgun up front. And then give me a corner. Nothing? Really? What the actual fuck?
Good job.
Oh.
Mission complete.
That was a Vestman's too. That was a Vestman's. He was about to charge Erst. But we got him. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.